Hey everybody, welcome back to The Loop, where we are making our way through the Bible this year. As a word of encouragement, I want to remind you that the Bible is the #1 selling book in the history of the world. It's good for us on so many levels to understand this book and how it relates to our lives. This week, I want to provide an overview for the book of Leviticus. If you read 4 chapters a day, you'll cover all 27 chapters in less than a week. So let's jump in. The problem that's being addressed in the book of Leviticus is that God and man cannot coexist because God is holy and man is rebellious. Now, you may not see a problem trying to mix those two things together, but God sees the problem. He knows. It's like trying to mix oil and water or light and darkness. The two will not mix with one another. In the book of Exodus, we saw that Moses spent a lot of time in the presence of God. In fact, he spent so much time in what was called the tent of meeting that people were starting to miss Moses as their leader. But that was no longer possible because Israel kept rebelling against God. So God said, you can't come into this tent anymore. So in Leviticus chapter 1, verse 1, we read this: "The Lord called to Moses, and he spoke to him from the tent of meeting." Moses was no longer in the tent of meeting. God was now having to speak to him from the tent. Why? Because a perfect God and a sinful man cannot coexist in the same place together. If you've ever had a rebellious teenager living in your home, you may understand this. When your child starts to rebel against you, it's hard, if not impossible, to coexist together in the same place. You're counting down the days until it's time for them to go to college. Why? Because the two cannot coexist. And the same is true in our relationship with God. If you don't understand and even accept the severity of your sin, then you will never see your need for Jesus.